So I was looking at the watermelon question. It's on section 12.5, number 17, to try to see if there was something up with that. So the example I have, which I think is the same one we talked about, that'll be on yours, is it's says that the mean amount is 30 pounds for a watermelon, and then the standard deviation is 1.9. And then it said find how many weigh between 26.95 and 33.28. All right, so first of all, I had to convert both of these to z-score, which I'm pretty sure you did that okay. You were really close to the answer. But anyway, I just went back through it, and I used my z-score values, and you can see where I did the 26.95, and then I repeated it with the 33.28. And so I got these z values. And one thing I thought might have caused a little difference in the answer is right here for the z-score table. You go over 2 decimal points. It has 2 place values there. And if you look, when you do this calculation, it comes out to be a longer decimal. So the 5 would round that up to a 1. That might be making the difference. But I kind of calculated it both ways, and I still didn't get exactly what you got. So you might kind of let me know if you see something that that sort of clicks with you that I hadn't thought of. But I did, on my calculation, I rounded that up to a 1 because the 5 would be big enough to round up. And then I used that on my z-score table. So when I look that number up on the z-score table, I get 0.0537, from the chart. Then when I look up this one, and it had the same issue because when I did this calculation, it had like 4 decimal points, but we only used 2 decimal places on the chart. Like I think you said that, so you're aware of that, but the 6 would round that up if we were being real cautious with our rounding. So that could have been the difference. So the 6 would round that up to the most accurate z-score value we would use is the 1.73. So when I look that up on the chart, I got this value for the percent of data to the left of that z-score, right? So I got my 2 values off the chart, and because it's a between question, we always subtract our 2 values that we get on our chart. So I did that. 0.95882 minus 0.0557 gave me 0.9045. And then it wanted it as a percent, so I moved to right. Took my answer, 90.45. But it did say, like, the correct answer was 90.36, and I'm not exactly sure why that's the number that they specified on their answer key. So I looked up, if I hadn't rounded, if I left that negative 1.60 and looked that value up on my chart, and then it came out just a little bit different. And then I looked up if I did just 1.72. So then it gave me 90.34, which also would have been counted as correct as well. So it gave like a range of values, I guess, so you could have a little bit of rounding error, but yours was 90.25, and I didn't figure out what was going on with that. But what I can tell you is this would work, and so would this 90.45. Both of those were in the range that they counted okay. So if this maybe can help you look back through your work and see if it highlights maybe what was going on, I'd be curious. But the problem seemed to be okay as far as what I felt like was correct. When I did it this way, I felt that was what I thought was the most correct way to do it, even though the answer key wasn't exactly on my answer. It is within the range of what they counted correct. So this would work in the calculation. So anyway, I'm glad you asked, and I always want to hear back from you guys. So let me know if this helps or if you have further questions.